lives, sharing my experiences with you guys. You know, when you're out on these streets, you got to be careful and be observant. You know, you got to look around you. Got to make sure you know what's going on. Stay alert. Stay alert. So I just came to talk to you guys about my experience today on the road, right? While I'm doing my Uber today, let me tell you guys, I'm waiting for you guys to come in here so I can tell you about what's going on here in the Bronx. What state are you guys in? Are you seeing any activities going on with ICE? Drop it in the comment section. Oh my God. Drop it in the comment section. You know, when your back frees up a little bit. Oh, ooh. Oh, you hear that crick. Guys, guess what happened? Today I had a customer. I started off in Westchester today. And so I had a customer going to Queens, if you guys know New York. I have a crick in my back. And I want to tell you guys what happened when I was going over the Whitestone Bridge today. You know, this whole riot thing starts out in LA. Look to LA, look to the hills. Look to LA. It started there. And today in New York at 21 Federal Plaza, allegedly, they were protesting down there, down by that building there. So anyway, I end up in Long Island, but I started off again in Westchester going to Queens, right? While I'm going over the Whitestone Bridge, it was cops everywhere and ICE agents everywhere. I never seen nothing like that. It was like both sides of the bridge, police and ICE agents. I didn't even see. They even had the little Uber. They even had the little Uber. I don't know. I guess there was a police out there too. They were everywhere stopping people, and I seen they put a lot of, you know, the vans that they said they use for trafficking. They had those out too. I never seen nothing like that in America. You know, so I'm just coming here to talk to you guys about what do you think is going on? What do you think will go on? Do you think it's gonna be a little protest and then it's over? Do you think it's gonna spread like monkey see monkey do? What do you think? What are you guys thinking? And are you guys going to any of the protests? I'm gonna tell you guys my opinion. Personally, I don't think the protests make a difference. You know, when I know the protests don't really help anymore was when the Gaza and the Israel people were in war, and people are marching all over the place, and nobody cared. Nobody cared to stop the war. And so now we see the same thing with ICE going on in LA. So much violence, you know, but people have to stand up for their rights, man. Why did America open the borders? This is my question. I see why they're doing it. I see why they're protesting. Because why would America open the borders, right? Tell them to come here. They're getting all these free stuff. They happy. This is probably the best thing they ever seen in their life. And then now, you kick them out. So they're not getting their privileges anymore. You kick them out of the hotel, you know, and now you're deporting them. These people came here and they had to fight through some hard conditions to get here, risk their life to get here, and now they come here and, you know, you kick them out. You welcome them with open arms and now you kick them out. You know, how do you do something like that? I don't know about you guys. I'm not original American. I'm from Jamaica, so I'm originally an immigrant, and even though I'm a citizen here now, they're saying that they could kick citizens out too. How you guys feel about that? You know, I'm not worried, but I'm thinking and watching what's going on. And then guess what? When I went to Long Island today, I seen in a supermarket where they were telling the cars, the ICE agents were telling the cars to go around and checking everybody's ID. Who wants to be policed in their own country? I remember back in the 80s. Ooh, I got a nice pocket. Thank you, God. Don't come here. These people are so crazy. They won't even slow down. Drivers are so aggressive. That's what they need to check, these aggressive drivers. Anyway, I remember back in the 80s, those ICE agents were out there. So this is like nothing new. But now they took it to like a higher scale, you know? It's on a higher scale. And Trump said that 3,000 people must go every day. 3,000 people every day. It's not going to be nobody left in America to clean their dirty house, to farm, to watch their kids. What is this man thinking about? You know? Who's going to watch your kids? Who's going to farm? Remember the other day the farmers were like begging people to come work. They were begging the Americans to come work. And you know that's not happening because American people want high pay, you know? So it's very interesting what's going on now. I don't know about you guys, but nope, I'm not going to protest nowhere. I'm not protesting anywhere. I'm actually watching to see what's going on. My protest will be online. My protest will be, you know, just getting an education, just getting pamphlets out there. That would be my protest. But as far as going to Manhattan and protest and probably risking my life for something that they already have the narrative of what they want. You see now in LA, President Trump has the National Guards out there, and he tells anybody that interfere, shoot on sight. Shoot on sight. So what are you going out there for? Really, what are you going out there for? But you know, you got people out there standing up for their rights, and it's just going to, I want you guys to know that it's going to get worse before it gets better. But I am glad that they're standing up for their rights. Again, I want to know why he let the people come in the country, especially in New York. They said this was one of the sanctuary cities, and now you're kicking these people out. Of course they're going to be mad, especially the way they're doing it, guys. The way they're separating moms from their babies, you know, dads from his wife. You know what I mean? And then you have the nerve to send them to a country that they don't even come from. Like the one man that they took, and him and his wife, she was crying and, you know, begging them not to send him. And they sent him to, I don't know where he is. Is it Colombia? Correct me down here in the comment section, guys. And now they have this, they want to deport people and put them in another country. Why? Because when they go in the next country that they're not from, America could say they don't got nothing to do with it. Now the next country have to, it's like red tape, you know? It's like red tape. So politics is very interesting, guys. You know, that's why I said I'm not getting involved. It's horrible. Today, thank you guys for joining me. But today I was on the Whitestone Bridge, and ICE agents, Whitestone Bridge start from the Bronx all the way to Queens. It's very, very long. I don't know. I don't know how much miles that would be. Let's call it, say, estimated 6-7 miles long, both sides, police agents, and they were checking people's ID and everything. Yeah. Pulling people over, taking people's cars, you know? So it's very interesting to see, like, even the other day we were in the park. Sunday we were in the park. I was at an African event on Sunday, and it was supposed to last until 10 o'clock. And about 7 o'clock they came and shut it down. But what I want to say is, people are already in a depressed state, right? You know, you're depressed because you're going to work every day being like a robot over and over again, doing the same thing, working. Some people working 12 hours. They come home, they can't even see their kids. All they got time to do is go to bed. Sometimes they don't even eat, go to sleep, and do the routine all over again. So what I want to ask you, if he sends you home back to your country, sometimes it's better than here. Only thing America have right now is the money, and the money's not even nice anymore, because look what we got to go through. Working 12 hours, killing ourselves. These people look drained in America. They look drained. Them look done out, drained out. You know what I'm saying? But like in other countries, right? They look well rested. They have family. They have the family structure where you could run to your friend house, run to your family house and beg a night food because you don't have food. So they say, come eat. And they're not just saying, come eat. They saying, come eat at the table. They saying, come, we have food. You want seconds? Take seconds. Because they don't believe in throwing away food, and they always cook a big pot. They got God, you know? They got God in the mix. They don't have no God here. People don't even believe in God here. All they believe in lust, drugs, and more lust. You understand me? Relationship as far as husband and wife, forget about that. Kids fighting against parents. You know, it's just pure chaos over here. You know, nobody has respect. Even the president don't have respect for the people. Because he don't care what we the people have to say. He do not care what we the people have to say. He's doing his own thing. And how you guys like what's going on with him and Elon Musk? I'm waiting for that story to come out. What a betrayal. But how could they trust each other anyway? Everything in their whole relationship was like a scam, was like, it's built on lies. That's what I'm saying. If it's not a solid foundation, it will not stand. It can't stand because it was not a solid foundation. The foundation of that relationship was built on sand. Everybody that don't agree with Trump, everybody that don't agree with him, he locks them down, you know? He takes away things like their little kids, you know? Just like Elon, he's saying that, Trump is saying right now, he's not gonna let the production for the Tesla continue here in America. He's gonna shut it down. If he comes out and tell his story. And then on top of it, I feel like they're trying to make him, even though allegedly people are saying that he's on drug. Elon is who I'm talking about. That's the picture Trump is gonna paint and say Elon is a drug head, so people won't believe him. You know what I mean? Because once you say drugs, nobody trusts you, nobody believes you. It's just really chaotic right now. And these are the people in charge of this system called government. No checks and no balancing. You're not following no rules. You're not listening to we the people. You're not listening to the people. The people need jobs. The people need the minimum wage to go up. Don't you think the minimum wage, guys, should be at least $25 an hour, that at least you could pay your bills, you could work less hours, and you could enjoy your family. It would just help a lot. Just like how they're getting six-figure or billions of dollars, millions of dollars. Sure, we want to feed our family too. We want to take vacation. We want to enjoy life too. Not just working all the time, you know? That's really rough. You work all the time. You work, when you finish your paycheck, they say you should have savings. Don't you know that a lot of Americans don't even have $1,000 in the bank? Not even an emergency fund, God forbid if something happens. Can you guys relate? Can you guys relate to that? You know? What about the future of our children? You know, what's going to happen in the future? So this is why these people are fighting now for the future of their kids and their grandkids. And the mega people, they are going wild. They are going wild because I don't think, you know, when people are disconnected, like even the president, he's disconnected from reality. He is. He cannot understand the common people. He cannot understand the common people. He can't. He's so disconnected. He's disconnected because he's playing golf every day. He's sitting in an Oval Office making, you see the bills he's making? I call that his weapons. You know, the weapon of mass destruction. We the people are having a civil war. It's going to be a civil war in America if this tension continue, because if it's a tension, it has to pop. It has to break. You know what I mean? A lot of people say they don't like to watch the news because they're fearful. But you have to know what's going on. You have to know what's going on in society. You cannot live in la la land. At least if you don't want to hear the news, every now and then just glance. I'm not saying you got to look at it every day, but every now and then just glance. You cannot live in la la land. It's happening. It's really, really happening. And suppose something is happening in a certain area and you're driving or you're walking and you're going to that area because you're so fearful. You didn't watch the news, so you don't know what's going on. Oh, hi guys. Hi. It's crazy. Ethan, welcome. It's crazy what's going on. I had to come here and talk about it because as I was going on the bridge today and seeing the ICE agents on both sides of that bridge, I'm not gonna lie, I had tears in my eyes because come from Jamaica. So my original immigrants. My family is immigrants. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say too much on here, but you got people that are still immigrants in your family group, in your friend group, in your work group that are still immigrants. And yes, they work, but they're still immigrants. Why you think they're not supposed to make no money? They're here. You don't want them to be on welfare, and you don't want them to work. If you invited these people here, at least give them a little paper, something that they could work. They want to work. They actually want to work. Not everybody is criminals. And by the way, guys, if he say he's only arresting criminals, why are all these people being where's the gang members? Go arrest them. What is shut at them then? Go arrest them. But you taking everyone. You even say you want to take citizens. So imagine walking on the street, who's walking around with their citizenship paper? So I'm suggesting that you guys take pictures of your license, take pictures of the citizenship paper, and have it on your phone, or have it on your phone in a file. I got a Google file. I don't know what you guys got, because God forbid, I'm like, here, and that's another thing, if they even want to listen to you, because the way they deal with people like criminals. I'm telling you the truth. If they come to you, like, it's funny, like in New York, the police cars have courtesy, respect something, right? But they don't respect nobody. But they want people to respect them. Hence what's going on in LA. Why the people are going crazy, throwing things at the police car and everything. I don't agree with the violence, but I can understand. Because the tension has to pop. When you have tension, it has to pop. It must pop. Energy must pop. Something must, it's going. It's like an engine. It must go. You know what I mean? So, imagine your kids go to school. And I heard that there was a graduation. I think they said it was in Boston. And don't you believe ICE came to the little kids' elementary school graduation. And they had like chaos everywhere. Chaos everywhere. So imagine little kids, little babies graduating, they running, the families running up and down, the kids are lost, the kids are screaming. Chaos. All you're doing is causing tension and causing trauma on those kids. Will never forget that. That's going to be in their little history. They're going to remember that. You know what I'm saying? So why can't you, Trump, why can't you come to the table and talk it over? Have a press conference and talk to people, we the people, and hear what the people got to say. You're working for us, but you don't care because you're in office now, so you don't care. You can't even relate with regular people. You can't relate. You have no clue. You have no clue, Trump. And Elon, they like traitors against each other, right? I don't know who to trust, right? They said that Elon has access to our Social Security cards and everything. But why? Who voted for him? Who voted for him? So you got to tell your kids. I'm talking about now your teenagers and your young children. You got to talk to them. I think this is a great time to be alive, guys. I think this is a time to sit down and talk to your kids, because this is history happening in front of our face. And it got to get worse before it gets better. You need to sit down with your kids and let them know what's going on. Watch the news together. Talk. This is a great time to educate your kids, so they'll know what to do and what not to do. I had some ladies in the car today telling me that they're going to the march. Young kids, they're going to the march. You know what they're going to the march for? They're going to the march to have fun. So, of course, Miss Rosa had to come in and tell them, it's not fun. It's not a fun thing. You're fighting for a cause. You're fighting for freedom. It's not fun. I said, okay, you think it's fun. What if you go to the march, right? And their chaos broke out. You sometimes go to jail when you go to these protests. You sometimes get shot. You sometimes end up in a fight. Are you ready? Because it's not a pretty thing. Okay, I've been to protests before. When they were killing our brothers in the streets. And what did that really bring us? What did that really bring us? You know what I mean? Now they doing something with Floyd, the one that said I can't breathe. They trying to discredit him. I don't care if he was drinking or whatever he was doing. He died in the street like a dog. You know, because these politicians, they get in office and they don't care anymore. Why? Because they got our vote. And all it's about right now is money. All of this stuff happening is money. I want to get back to the kids that ICE is taking, you know, breaking up the family. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. So when they, first of all, ICE is showing up looking like regular. So imagine a regular person coming up to you asking for ID and, you know, manhandling you, and you start to reject. Imagine, guys, this could happen to any one of us. Don't think you're immune. And you start rebelling, and then they start beating you up, start ganging you and everything. They don't understand. It's a perspective, right? So they're on that side and we're on this side. It's happening to us. So we're going to see it from a different perspective. They cannot see our perspective because they are the controller. All they want to do is cease and desist. That's what they want. And just all we want is freedom. So, you know, even like right now, the holidays is coming up, right? I would love to take a trip anywhere. I just need to get away for a little bit. And I'm thinking, I don't know what state I'm going into to get into whatever chaos is going on in that case, because the country is in so much disarray right now. I might go to Texas and then there's chaos over there. Not that you're going to live in fear, right? But it's just sometimes you got to know when to stand still and when to chill out and let things die down, you know. And this is one of those times right now. I said in about another month. I'm predicting a month, but it could be longer, you know. And I'm just praying. I don't know about your state, but could you guys tell me what state you're in, and what do you see going on in your state? Do you see any protests going on in your state? Do you ever experience ICE? Do you know anybody that ICE have, you know, taken up off the street? Do you know any family that has been pulled apart from this whole ICE thing? Are you even concerned, whether you're white, brown, wherever, Asian? Are you even concerned about your fellow neighbors? Are you concerned? Well, anyway, yeah, boy. I don't know why you came here, but since you live in La La Land, stay in your La La Land, okay? What I'm trying to tell you, since you don't have no spiritual eyes, is that this is not the time to be playing around. America is changing. One world order is coming. So you could play around all you want. You don't have to be here. You could disconnect from this conversation. It's just not for you. Thanks to everybody else that is here. I don't come here to waste my time or just to talk out my ass, okay? I'm telling you what I know. And I'm coming here to tell you about my experience. I'm not going to answer you because you're disrespectful. Anyway, guys, if your family is being harassed by ICE, this boy here can't understand because, I don't know, I guess he's probably American, privileged American, so he can't understand the immigrant experience. And what I'm trying to tell you guys, that when your kids go to school, just pray for them. Pray without season, okay? Just make sure you pray, guys, because when you leave your house in these dangerous times that we living in, when you leave your house, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't even know if you're going to come home. Hence, 3 weeks ago when I was driving on the Long Island Expressway, just 3 weeks ago, you could have never heard about me again, right? 3 weeks ago, I was driving on the Long Island Expressway, and I had my customer in the car. I see two cars racing, right? But I don't care, because this is what they do in Long Island all the time. So one white car went by real fast. And as I'm looking in the mirror and telling the customer, damn, why they racing like that? Next thing you know, hit me in my back. We're in the left lane. Let me show you how God is real. All I could do is hold the steering wheel real tight and just listen to the small, still voice, the voice of the Holy Spirit talking to me and telling me to settle down, calm down, hold the car, and it got me back into the right lane, and everything else was okay. You know what I mean? So, you guys, and plus they're going into the schools and picking up the kids. It's happening in Pennsylvania, and it's happening in some parts of New York, which is why I asked you guys, if it's happening in your town. if it's happening in your town, to just put it in the comment section. Um, yeah, it's very disturbing. Whether you like Mexican, Spanish people, whoever, Africans, whether you like them or not, if you have a heart, you're gonna feel empathy for these people. It's probably their day today, but it's probably one of your friends or your family members' day tomorrow. Okay, and then it won't be funny then. It won't be funny then. It wasn't funny to me today to see people trying to go to work, trying to go about their business, and being harassed by ICE and being locked up. It wasn't funny to me. It's not something that I was taking pleasure from. You know, they have a lot of narcissistic people. They love that. They love when people are in pain. They love it. We don't like narcissistic people over here. They are demons. Yeah, so anyway, guys, just make sure you take a picture of your license. Take a picture of your citizenship paper, and be careful. Another thing, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, 80 people were picked up out of a club, right? They have people in Home Depot. They're going to pick them up. Immigrants, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about privileged American people. They won't understand. Okay, I'm talking about immigrants here. Okay? So I just want to pray for the families that are being destroyed right now, the families that are being tortured right now, the families that are, the fathers are being taken out of the house, the fathers that are being sent back to a whole nother countries that they're not even from. I want to say a prayer for the family. You guys, sometimes when bad things happen, good will come out of it. It's just a test. It's just a test. And hold the faith. This too shall pass. This is not the first time we're going through chaos. Okay? Maybe, sometimes I tell you guys, America, they only had 9/11, right? Yeah, back in the days we had stuff. But 9/11 is like the closest to we getting things on our soil. So now what I'm saying is, in America, we're going to have civil war. Civil war. Starting with LA. If Trump is not careful and wind down and calm down a little bit, it will be a civil war in all states in America. It will be. Okay? Because why? Everybody is tense. Everybody is tired of living in fear. Okay? We don't want to be on the plantation anymore. We want to be free. And people are waking up. He's always talking about being woke. He knows that the people are waking up. And they're not going to take it anymore. The problem is, a lot of people right now, they don't want to go to a 9 to 5 anymore. They want to start their business. They want to start their own business and everything, So with his little pen, he's making all these executive orders to change that because he has the power now. But remember, everybody, they think that they have the power, they can manifest and everything. It is already written, and every man shall bow and every tongue shall confess. They shall confess. They shall confess to the kings of kings and to the lords of the Lord. They shall confess. So like I said, it's already written, guys. I don't know. This is the first day that I'm seeing this. I'm from New York. This is the first day that I'm seeing this as I'm driving all over the place in New York. And when I got to the Whitestone Bridge, I'm talking about the Whitestone Bridge. Is that if anybody is driving over there, to be careful, because the activity there, I didn't see it on the Charles Neck Bridge when I was coming back, but on the Whitestone Bridge, it was some ICE activity there. And they were definitely pulling people over, taking people's car on both sides. That's why I came to do the live here today, because I wanted you to notify you guys as to what's going on. Yeah, I'm in the Bronx right now. There's a lot of immigrants over here. There's a lot of immigrants over there, and a lot of them work. A lot of them pay taxes. A lot of them are peaceful. So he needs to go pick up the criminals that he said that he want. He needs to go pick them up. That's who he needs to pick up. Anyway, so thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and thank you for your comments. Thank you guys. There's nothing but love over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to comment. I'll see you guys soon.